Wangpo ji se de tani deke rong ge la yue me yong gen la ma song ji gu ngu ti song la ten intermit ji ban de lang le nen go yin ji tu lan chong hyo song sarwa mong ga lam ta kong ru ke ji de tong bi hi bu kong dong kong na de da chong ma ge nam jiang da ji na men san zan ni ta pa chen bo chen la rong jong zo fa chen bu den de to yu me ke ja hi na to yu de yu re de ta kong ke nanda ji ke shan tumbo ji song wa ti de ni jelan de yu le ma re de yan na yong gen chen la ma long chen ran jang ba ge song de su nong la je de de ga rong yin ti song ye yao ni de ni kong ge de ne je zo song ji ngu se song ji ni pa nong yan da jo ti xuan ze de ge ti song la ten ni chorwa ma za me norwa ma za me de de zu na nyam la zo na de ni zu ti ze yan na de de nyam la nen go gar che shu ji sang ge ji ti zo de jin de ran de ni zo de ni tu la yo ro chi ndokwa ke chol ma shara yu ma tong ze ora yu ma tong ze da domi zo ma ga ji nyama ri re yan de ji de ni zo dan na pen to go yo le da gong tar yin na da ta nga cho ko tu so se ga na da karwa se ga na da de ni zo de na le ma to ji se ji la ma za chim bon da ji da ji kun da ni tu de ni te zo na ti te de chong ba nyong la zo de na go 다 냥라 총마 제리지도 처자 성우 누세 챈출레 던던다 다디논던날 파체 추치 문디 빠지도 추그 님보 추그 용 다제리지 대총마테 데콘 두돌레 tani yoton rongyong zofa chimbu sen sejide ji xiwa homa hmalam tong li dong hmalam ki cham ya tani tokwa tonji jepa to dembar hi ka chaw la man senten chi do tu yon tani ji do ji hyanlam pho dang ha la tani chendala do chendam mag do cham chang la ji do ke chi ko tro thog gre ko tro thase tandra ko tro hi ka dam ban cho de jerwa ji rong lo nor nan de thong ji de karo tong nyam mu yo ni nyam slan de kar chen bo ji re ngo sam ji de rong ko ji ro ko ni chaga ma gi ten di zo dogam sam ta na yo na ma to jere mu bu ma he ji zo I just to read the last sentences. Just says the vata. Vata is what is the water of the teaching, water of your practice, water of your listen to the teachings. That waters that you apply your realization to circumstances. That is already I explained. Next one is like, although I like this point in my own mind by relying on the word of the omniscient Guru, who was truly Buddha in a person. I have written this without error. Since it is certain the crucial point of practice, keep it in your heart, Saramangalam. And of course, sometimes most great masters, great yogi, great noble, great beings, all the time is take low profile. It's like kind of the Patrul Rinpoche, and he says like, although I like this, like means it's like kind of the really I don't know really actually myself. This point in my own mind, not really sure. This is a kind of saying, taking the humble way. And of course, Patrul Rinpoche knows about the meaning of the natural great perfections, 100%. And but he says, rely on the word of the omniscient, Dzogchen Ranyak. And of course, he is the really person of the primordial, the Buddha, and real person of the Buddha. And that is the really the second of the Buddha. He is like kind of the he who was truly Buddha in a person's, he rely on, I have rely on his kind of the commentaries and his like a book and advice, and then he wrote this without error. He exactly like kind of the made copies. Of course, it's not necessary, but this kind of the to showing to out the proof on mistake, and to he's saying like this. Then since it is like kind of the certain very important crucial point, it's practice. It's not really to keep in the a shelf or something. Maybe it's like keep it into your heart, and if you are really kind of the fortunate, you really interest, maybe you can memorize. And this kind of the book, the advice to the Gonzon Chuja, this kind of the book, if you memorize, then it's like a kind of the when you be in the retreat place, when you are in your own house, anytime is like something is like you think yesterday, for example, say Anyak questions is, oh, I studied this, I know a little bit the self-liberation, or if I'm really to practice, I need to run into the solitude place, give up my husband, give up my job, give up everything. Not like this. And if you really want to practice with your family, with your job, with your kind of the daily activities, but each moment you need to remind us. Very important. And this is, then it's like all the time is carrying a book is difficult, you know. And oh, what is the meaning of the self-liberation? Where is my book? Or my book is in my bag is in the car. Then it's be lost. In that perspective, to memorize it. I'm just the Kotsola Chesevios, then I will change the then there's not something like Lotula Alang Tand. Benan Achundinonina, Cherejudo, the Katsondi go to the Ben Lopan Shambang, something Pangitina, Toma, Lotula, Charsi long. Then the carriage in the cheek, Rongo Lotula Lanta Yona, the Katso Travaj in the Punde Tizri. That winning in Yamland Hiena, Rongo Chanzasongo, you, Noma, you, Sich Sama, you, Lika do Chaka, you in some chilla, Drogo Gully, erase that the Jerry Sonji Tanizo. Tendo Reole Mario. Rondo Zofa Chimbo, Ronjo Zofa Chimbo, only turn hack go, Yams land duna, Rongo Nomot, Rongo Namjanka Lika, Sa, Nyan, Rondu, Yolam Congo, Capsina. Maji tembi yonjite gal chimbo jiredo. Tela jiredo maji tembi jan shongana samsala miyo jigyule. Jiredo rumba nyumatemba se chinju rumba nyumatemba se. Ta rumba nyumatemba tenri jeru se. Temba tamchigo no chot jero. Jetran solution rumro zopa chimbo ne go. Tenizo de tezugana Yanchi Manchi Ruto Sando, Jeredon Coro Bon Rogum, Coronona dead Ganago, Coronon drone roller. Then is a Tando Sud Dugana, Yamnas or the Rongan Ganka Yandu, Tawachi Tango good, some take chunchunre, your low union low language. No child and I schedule, Chupazongo, Mazongo, Pomo Yana, low Pazons. Lord Land signs on the tape the cargos on money. Mato Jessica, some language poking at the Suyotel, should Logions using us, Takandizu, Carcamu taped Gosent Canangs. Then Gosa, you might keep the Jaku, that Jaku Canangas, the Jaku Pana Motano doing. Then I will Motano and Tani Jaku, Tani tapes to land to the Tadrimundua. Those are the Beros and accents. Look Chuo Canandina, sang Luke Pamba Canandina, sang Chuo Tanandrion. Second, son Lolo Longona, then is what they say. There is the tearing a thumb yanking magic galadin, Choron the Lothal Drogo, the Lothal Drogo, Maria. Yanati Pakak, Yana here go to cut them with a huge children. Yanayon, Jeris the Casankar Tante Red, Casankar Tante Red, you Ninga Chimbo Yolimara. You Lonion Gina, Lowland, Yamores. I'm just to say why I say it. Please to memorize. Of course, here is like kind of the one I slowly looking almost at the beginning. Loban Shamba, he is like almost at half as like kind of already fully the book. Sometimes I ask to him something. He's kind of reading normal like praise, already memorized. Myself is not really in my mind. I'm says like kind of now I'm speaker. I say, oh, you should memorize. Someone, do you have this one in your mind? Not at all. But anyway, just like kind of I have make your white mind. I'm like kind of loyalty to you to just to say, if you are really is like good boy, good fortunate, you memorize. And then this one is very small book to memorize, then any place you can to practice like this. And also it's like when you are, if you are memorized, then any kind of at home, at outside, inside, and like this. I just repeated what I said in English. Sometimes you say, I want to practice the self-liberations. Yeah, I studied before. I have also notes. Where's my books? Or your book is in your bag. Where's your bag? My bag is in the cars. And then you need to go in the car to take out your bag, and then time is already gone. And in this perspective, to memorize, Mberozana, he say like, your body of the vast, wherever moved, in the vast, the water of the mind is there, never separated. And therefore, in this book, meaning is like to you memorize into the mind. Then wherever your body, the book is there. And also it can support your practice. Okay? And that is parche ngala chetel nyaga hyoy mandu tin teri nyogo jalla chere jodo khong namba ning kashuna ta mumbo hi tekara marbe. I think we need to stop, going to stop there. And also this afternoon, do you have the Lopon's teaching? And maybe we can to kind of to make a party. And this afternoon we need to say Happy Losa. And generally, after the New Year's, when I offer to some long life empowerment, these things, but maybe after New Year, tonight, after 12, and also I'm a little bit kind of, I'm not sick person, but a little bit, and I'm maybe tired, therefore maybe we can, lamas here, we have many lamas, together to pray for your long life prayers. Maybe that is enough, and after that it's 12 o'clock. And then I haven't got much to say things, whatever I said, already I said. And also the cloth is not yet okay. Then maybe I'm looking forward really to become authentic for you. And for in my life, maybe you are my hope. I'm like kind of the expecting to you become the genuine and maybe great, like kind of the teacher for next generations. And also each moment I'm looking forward and look at to you how many changing process, how many your mind is like kind of the mixed Dharma. And if you really to kind of the perceive as me, your family, as me, as your kind of the teacher, and you should to practice Dharma, and that is the like favorite, best present for me. The other things is like nothing for, I don't need anything. If you practice Dharma, you change yourself, benefit for your family, benefit your society, benefit for the sentient beings. That is the big, huge kind of the present for me. Okay, thanks is I will keep all the times in my mind. I hope next years we have different activities and also hear that these things. But sometimes it's like difficult to say, you know. For example, I was one Sangha, you remember, the Uri is Germany's lady. and inconceivable way, certainly she died. And also before she says, I'm coming back, she's all the time really rely on me. But I said, it's okay, we all the time talking, but sometimes we are compounded and kind of the impermanent and difficult, but anyway, we are according to our past karma, we have big connections. I never forget you, you surely never forget it. We are kind of disconnected. Then please, wherever you be to practice Dharma, okay? Very important to change. Very, very important. If you are practice in the sense, be with me now, how many changing points, how much you become calm, kindness, not emotional, every day like kind of the complaint, emotional, what it is, then it's Dharma and the Lamas is useless. That's we need to change. Okay, thanks. Then is maybe someone who has questions. Maybe whatever you have question, you are very welcome. Here's.
We have a lot of practices with the Myeonro, with Rinpoche, and this text we studied, how can we combine all at the same time, or do we have to do it separately?
Mundo, sadhanata, recitation, precipitation, all these things are during the or in the post meditations. Post meditations to maintain and the meaning of these natural great perfections, sometimes a little difficult. But also during the post meditations, you're doing the sadhana, you're doing the hondo, and whatever you are doing activities, it's very, very important to have the view of the natural great perfections with combine. That is in the, when you are practice hondo or practice the Rinzendrupa sadhana, that is like, these both are the included, like kind of the two sections, creation session and the dissolution sessions. And then it's a dissolution, the creations, the sessions should enhance by the dissolutions sessions. Dissolutions and this, the natural great perfection liberations, same meaning. And also during the Hondo, the Rinzendrupas, it's necessary, like a kind of only through the maintain the post, like kind of the meditative concentration, sometimes it's difficult. And in this case, physically, verbally, mentally, post-meditation or post-activity. And this is like kind of just to kind of making the money, how to say, maturation for the meditative concentration of these natural great perfections. And therefore, sometimes to meditate, sometimes to do this kind of the virtues as much as. For example, Hondo is the Rinzendrupa sadhanata is externally not very much activities, but most these sadhanatas and hondos relate to the inner your minds. Most is like these offerings, these accumulations is mentally to make huge. External there is a symbolic, but inside is necessary the visualizations and to rely on the view of the self-liberation or the dissolution sessions. That is the very important. They all the times combine. Okay, other questions? Naso.
Is it correct to say that positive and negative thoughts are not different from the awareness expense as neutral thoughts?
For example, water's perspective. Water and water has become ice. Water is water. Water and ice, what is the difference? Water's perspective.
Not different.
That's all answer?
I have another question. About this morning, you say about doubts, to look at the doubts just as it is, and then you say something, maybe I understand not well, add more doubts, to put more doubts on the doubts. Can you please clarify the meaning?
Yeah, this doubt is inconceivable. Everybody has doubt. Doubt, maybe yes, maybe like kind of the knows it. Even the Buddhas are flying on the front. Maybe I'm not sure this is really Buddha. This sort of doubt is coming. And in order to dispel the doubt, and generally speaking, you need to study, to investigate. If I have a doubt, someone says this is not mandala, then I need to, this is mandala. Why you call the mandala? What is this? I need to analyze, to investigate. And this is like through the many times, the listen and reflect on it. Then maybe sometimes through the, I say this, using the three reasonables, possible to take out the doubt. Here is the special, like quintessential pith instructions of this natural great perfection and the self-liberation perspective. Doubt is your path. Doubt is not really doubt. When you doubt arise, doubt is not necessarily reject. Doubt is not necessarily to add. That you understand. Doubt you do not necessarily kind of the acceptance. Doubt is not necessarily reject. And to keep the as it is. And then it's doubt is sometimes disappeared. Doubt is to doubt. So when you say it's doubt, I need to take out. Doubt is not good. Yeah, I have doubt. You follow the doubt, destroyed to you. Altered, doubt is developed. Change, doubt is developed. More become powerful. Therefore, this is wonderful pith instructions. To put your finger between the two eyes of the doubt, like this, the doubt says, melted, disappeared. Can't find. Then therefore it's exactly the same as Jetsa Malaripas. He first so much afraid for the death. When I'm died. And he put this finger every day. You are welcome. I look at you, and he put a finger every day between eyes of the death. And then it's each moment there, and then milk disappeared. And then he said, come there, panic, freed of the death. Never he finally he said, I lost. Like this, doubt is lost. Where is doubt? No, disappeared. Make joke, okay, like this. And the other? Yes.
I have a question. You told about on the example of anger that you put it in its own place.
place, where?
Like you said yesterday, like you put the anger in its own place.
Place, where? Which place?
Like in.
What I said, place?
Like as it is. Like.
Okay. Put itself, yes, place.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to ask about, for example, about mental work on my job, or if I need to communicate with somebody and I need this logic sequence. How to maintain this, like put in itself. Because sometimes it's take it and throw it away with these thoughts that you need to express.
Yes. And then, what is related to this?
How to maintain it, because each thought needs this connection between thoughts. But when you kind of put it, it's carrying my mind becomes discursive.
Yesterday we fixated specific one thoughts. It is anger, yes? When you are working with the computer, with the paper, whatever, that moment, each moment, do you have one thought? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Each moment, whatever your thoughts, you put these thoughts, put itself place. Then there is a celebration. Then why you need to go more further?
Sometimes.
But sometimes
when you put the thought like itself, you don't want to continue.
But what is the continue? Itself to put place. There's no continuations. What is the continued? And you are like kind of liberated. Then whatever soever arise, what it says, liberation. Put itself place.
Awesome.
Okay, other questions?
Is it that really self-liberation of thoughts, self-liberation of thoughts, is it only possible if one has realized the view of ritual awareness and emptiness in union?
But you said the self-liberation to realize the emptiness. What do you need to realize the emptiness? Then it's not self-liberation.
Well, when one realizes the view...
What do you need realization? I never said the realization. If you need the realization of the emptiness, then not self-liberation.
Because my level with course...
There is no levers in the self-liberations. I don't know. Where is the lever?
Because normally, if I just trying to practice...
Try to practice, that's true.
The idea is that the experience is that sometimes I'm kind of only interrupting the thought.
Mm-hmm.
Not really...
Yeah, interrupt is true, interrupted, but doesn't matter. They say it's like meditation is like same as you are learning how to ride bicycle. Beginning, when you cannot ride bicycle, you falling down often. But you can to continue, then one day you can to ride very well. Like this. Yes, most times, if there's nothing interrupt, we are enlightenment. There is interrupt, but do kind of do again.
Or then kind of putting a label like...
Putting?
Also sometimes interrupting and putting a label, this is essence, this is empty. I'm looking at...
But this is, you cannot, but this Luisa, interrupt What do you mean interrupt? What is who's interrupt? What is interrupt? If you really understand this book.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get it. Sorry. Okay, I'm trying to understand. Thank you.
Lasso philosopher.
In the text, in at least 3 or 4 occasions, it is mentioned confidence in liberation. So we had mentioned in page number 2, and then we have again on page number 5, on line 4, and then again page number 6. Line number 4 again, saying it all comes down, the crucial point of view meditation, it all comes down to confidence in the modes of liberation. So my question is, when we say, when it's mentioned here in the text, confidence in liberation, is this in the context of, for instance, when we have the 3 words of Orgyen, when it's mentioned in the end of the third statement, confidence, or absolute conviction in liberation of rising thoughts, meaning that this confidence comes only after being introduced to the nature of the mind, and then to maintain the Dharma essence, and then only after this absolute conviction, confidence will come, or are we talking about general confidence that we should develop during the Dharma practice? Is it clear?
Confidence in the liberation means you should to have the certainty of the meaning of the self-liberation. And that is the limit. If you have the certainty in your mind, the meaning of the self-liberation, and then it is like kind of the, what is they say, the before there is. This is the like main kind of the crucial point. And it's, you can't say like this, the 3 words of Garbdorjis, the middle one is intuition and the confidence on it. It's kind of the similarity. Here is like more, you view or meditation or action, any perspective, or any kind of circumstance, you should to maintain the certainty of understanding, realization of the natural, the liberation. Certainty.
So you're talking about a certainty that can come from...
No, certainty means you, for example, if you see that your mother, you have the certainty of that is my mother. You have the certainty or not?
In relation to my mother, yes.
That's a certainty, this one. This kind of the confidence, any kind of the people to say, many 100 million people say, this lady is not your mother. You have any doubt. You have the fully confidence, that is my mother. Yes?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, then Celine, this one you needed. You, on the thoughts, you have the confidence of the natural great perfections. The self-liberation is that. Then is you are kind of maintain that. That is the crucial point.
And can I get that certainty before being introduced, for instance, to the truth?
This certainty is like, it depends. Yes, but it's introduced like teachers maybe saying or showing, it doesn't matter, but if you are not really to study, how you can to have the certainties? You need to a little bit, as I'm saying, it's like to, in order to receive to have the certainty is. One is maybe through the listened. One is like kind of meditating on the paid instructions. Second is maybe it's like make the through the faith and devotions. Make joke yesterday, I said. The feet of the hairs has symptoms. And the leg of the trust, it's a little bit warmed. And until it's cooled, it's difficult to certainty way to run. Therefore, certainty, yes, it's study. Philosophy. Okay, other questions? Oh yes, Truk.
I remember concerning faith and devotion towards the teacher, there is this in the history, I think, of Milarepa. When Maba sends him away to go to meditate, he tells him at some point, you will perceive me as the real Buddha. That means Milarepa, he received all the instruction from Maba, and he still didn't perceive him as a real Buddha. So he didn't have fully devotion. I mean, he had some devotion, but it was not like perceiving the teacher as the real Buddha. So he needed to continue to practice in order to perceive his teacher as the real Buddha. So how can we, who are nothing compared to Milarepa, have this real faith and devotion towards the teacher as a real Buddha in order to receive this introduction?
Yeah, maybe we can try to imitate, And it is a truth. This is like Malay, but this sort of, it's like a fortunate student. Surely maybe qualified teachers like them as the Marwa is very, very difficult. And also when we are listened to, like as you say, reading like this and perspective, and also it's when we are follow some teacher, I'm just to say, we receive the empowerment, reading transmission, and also it's receive the PT instruction, these three and after it's how much is the benefit for us and the mind. And in this perspective, in the Kagyu tradition, sometimes it says that the teacher is ordinary person, but student is the authentic. And the dog teeth is dog teeth, not Buddha's teeth. But who is put faith, this lady is become the Buddha. Why? Because according to her devotion, her faith, her truth, and it's become like this. Maybe it's this day is difficult to like this, but any perspective I would to say, this is like the family's conversations. When we follow any kind of teachers to practice the pure perceptions, to says thank you. One word of the Dharma we received, we just to object of our source of refuge, to appreciate, to the respect. That is enough. Maybe it's to meet the root teacher, to perceive immediately as the Buddha. That is the difficult. Maybe teacher is like this. Maybe ourselves we are on the path. Immediately, as you say, like this, it's difficult. Even the Buddha is appeared the front. Probably difficult to see. We have doubt. But in the kind perspective, and also we practice pure perception and to respect. That is for benefit for ourselves. I'm often to say it's like we sometimes listen a lot of teaching after we're angry, or it's like we can't get some benefit for ourselves, and then it's like kind of against it. This teacher, Sangha, go to outside, they criticize. I think this is not very good. And for our perspective, when we are listening, of course we need to respect to everybody, but when we are received, something is the peace a little bit, 1 hour, 2 seconds to listen teaching. Why not to respect, to practice respect, to practice pure perception for ourselves? Such accumulation merit. And then is maybe really you rely on the teachers. It's necessary to a little bit to check, to really, it's like at least a few years. Then maybe a little bit we become confidence to try, but this kind of like this. And also just Malaripa, he then immediately perceived the Marvalota as the Buddha. But also that is the Malaripa asked to him, when I will teach to other sentient beings. And then is Marvalota, he replied, that's okay. Now you need to maturation for yourself. You like perceive as me, as a Buddha, 100%, and also I give you everything completely repeat instructions. Now yourselves, you are ready, but you are not yet maturated. That is also point. Now you go to meditate, to develop what you received, self-liberation. And then it's one day, you naturally, automatically, it's like this example here. Some is like kind of the ladies, when they are problem with mother, like when they become, girls become adult, very difficult to be with mother, because it's like all the time argue, and they say it's like difficult to recognize kindness to the mother. And certainly this girl itself has the baby, then how much she loves her own baby, then she remembered, oh, my mother's how much take care of me. Same as me, I love my child. Surely she did like this. Then they want to repay, then is to think like this. And Malaripa is to be in the mountains. He's like kind of the more developed, he's like completely enlightenment. Then it's like to remind kind of the remember, or to understood the kindness. Then it's like he's more concerned with marvelous. That means it's like fully maturations. Then he said, then you can to teach Dharma to the others, such benefits like this. I think we need to try. Okay. Then other questions? Yes.
Just about the same goal what Jigme said. When the Martha says to
No, there's a miracle from.
Just go on Jigme's question. When Martha says, one day you will see me as a real Buddha, does it mean that you will see Martha as yellow skin, big aura, and all these things? Or does it mean more than
Nothing changed.
you will see
Malaripa, he was with Marvalotsa, whatever he see. Later, after his retreat, during the retreat, he saw the Marvalotsa. It's same body, same color, nothing changed.
Then does it mean that he sees that his own mind is a real guru?
Marvalotsa has become his mind.
Yeah, that's not is his own mind. Yeah.
But then outside Marvalotsa, inside Marvalotsa, same. What is the finally? Oh gosh, you need to wait in finally. Oh, I don't want to practice. Finally. And? It's same. They never change.
I'm a little bit confused. Because
Yes.
maybe it's a question of translation. What do you que veut dire, je vais parler en français.
Okay, they translate.
Discursive.
Okay, you can do France. What translate theirs?
Pardon?
Can you say in French and Evelyn what her?
Les pensées discursives? Discursive thought? What? Que veut-il dire par les pensées discursives et pourquoi elles sont traduites par des pensées illusoires? What do you mean by discursive thought and why is it translated as illusory thoughts?
Translate. What did you translate it?
Discursive thoughts.
Huh?
What does it mean, discursive thoughts?
Discursive thoughts.
What is it?
Discursive thoughts is discursive thoughts of the desire. Discursive thoughts of the anger. Discursive thoughts of the jealousy. Discursive thoughts of the ignorant. This is discursive thoughts.
My problem is in philosophy, we use discursive just to try to explain or analyze.
Okay, then this is your philosophy. My philosophy is discursive means it's like this.
So it's another translation.
Yeah, who translated this French? Okay. Now it like this, then it's thank you very, 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 very much. We'll be with this afternoon to enjoy, okay, like dear. And maybe I will to shopping something for you, and as much as you can to play, dance, music, and also to make nice food. It's please can you do, and coordinators something's doing that, and also when we study Dharma, it is very important. And also this time is I don't know, this afternoon to teachers, do you have the teaching or not? Okay, but that is okay, but it's and also we are a little bit very much too important this appreciation and also these opportunities. I have his teaching to you, and this kind of teachings most confidence rely on these two teachers, okay? These teachers after the me teaching, and they correct my teaching. If I make mistakes, surely no problem, they correct. And also when I say something, immediately both of you listened and you correct myself. Therefore, and I'm again to say, even we can to go to in Tibet, my God, too difficult to find this kind of teacher. We are not much appreciate, and also we need to re-question and to like kind of to continue to teach like to us like this. Okay, thank you very much for the translation. Thanks to these particularly two teachers, and then also this time is the Dzogchen Ranyak Dabe and Dzogchen Jigme, and also Lama who is there is also he studied. Of course, he's before just a lay person. After he wanted to really study, and a little bit we need to support to him and organizations, everything, because you are my heart. I appreciate very much. Thank you very much. Okay, okay, yeah. You need to everything. Usunamdaya tamche zikbaya, tondenye patana, pongye te che gananche walavantu, sepun solen rokan dorwa sho.
Emma, Wansache, Jendi Gara Zombo, Jendi Duchu Zombo, Dering Ning Punsun Toba, Woman Juju Dongje, Dunba Punsun Toba, Kidon Drapi Santo Hiba, Dzogchen Ranyak Patrul Rinpoche, Du Punsun Toba, Denba Yongda Jutu Zong, Ju Punsun Toba, Songha Lana Meba, Ada Doba Chimbu Songlam Te Kapta Dunba, Rongyen Dzogpa Chempu Lam Nyamsen Lempi Deni, Koro Pasan Dzogpa, Zangin Kya Nap Gen Dubi, Gen Den Nuba Jang Tsubusa, Dajak Zami Lama Damba, Donja Tatan Chini Mana, Bima Chini Hit Nima Chokyi, Tute Tora Lebi, Pani Buju Yum Tashonki, Gatin Yakta Meri, Sazon Dzogpa Chin, Buju Goka Nomana, Sache. Sachin Gola Dambonda, Sergi Goga Patriga de Mela, Zoden Sarvi, Duzonte, Hayan, Chit, or the Galayo, Derton, Ni Hotum Dupa Jantoni, Gaton Doragan Chomberton, Gatia Mentor Doji comes of thinking, Lana may be to his son Doji Valley, do Nomium Mandara, Sason Children Polo, Gara Matonga Watu Kora, Sawa Len Jared Develop.
Dearest Dzogchen Ranyak Patrul Rinpoche, and our precious Lopez, Turkus, and Noble Assembly, please let us share a few words with you to conclude this extraordinary event. How fortunate we are. Miraculous circumstances have gathered, and we could meet here in this sacred abode blessed by the greatest embodiments of the three Kayas. There is no greater kindness than yours, beloved Guru. From the inexpressible palace of innate simplicity, you gave us the instructions for liberating the mind and reveal its inconceivable naked essence. This time with you is beyond time, the most meaningful time, the best way to use our human lives and to conclude this year 2022. We beseech you, please guide us beyond the limitations of our realistic minds. Please moisture our hearts with love and compassion. Please never give up on your devoted children. We vow to put your instructions into practice for the welfare of all beings. Every instant we shall remember your advice. Peerless teacher, please give us opportunities to practice all together with you in meditation retreats, so that we can clarify our doubts as we deepen our experience. We also express our heartfelt gratitude to Lopen Wangpo and Lopen Mondial. How fortunate we are. You tirelessly support us in the Dharma study and practice. With your vast philosophical knowledge and your deep familiarity with the key points of the practice, you teach in a way that is very easy to understand. Please continue to teach and develop Dharma activities. We also feel so fortunate to receive these teachings with great practitioners, Turkus, and ordained Sangha. May all your activities be vast and deeply beneficial. Our appreciation also goes to all the volunteers and participants who collaborate very well and smoothly, preparing tasty food, keeping everything clean for everyone to feel happy and content. It is such a great joy to be all together in such a meaningful way. May we keep this connection throughout our lives, support and care for each other, develop our practice without any selfish thought, and serve our treasured teacher in all his activities. May we never be separated throughout all our lives. May our connection be beneficial for others. May the lives of the teachers and the students be long and healthy, and especially may Dzogchen Ranyak Patrul Rinpoche's health be excellent and his life strong and long. May he carry out all his projects without any obstacles. Please, Rinpoche, stay with us in this body for a very, very long time. Thank you very much.
Okay, now your long life. Thank you. Maybe we can to prepare different dish and also someone to perform different joke and dance. Okay, thank you.